Rick, how are you today, buddy? You had a good work day? What's going on in your world? Hope you... Me and Lily. Me and Lily outside raising hell. Hope you're doing well, my friend. It's a hot day for us. Not a bad day, though. Just a hot day. We didn't get a whole lot accomplished today, which is probably normal for us, or for me, you know. Sometimes I keep saying us when it's really just me who doesn't get anything done, you know. Oh, the cord's all tangled up here. All right. Yeah, I think we're right at 89 or 90 degrees, but we do have a slight breeze, and sometimes we got clouds popping over us. But as you can see, I'm sitting out by the tree. Good morning, good evening, everybody. Good to see everybody. Patrick, how are you today? How's your day been? Oh, Lily. My dog Lily is still chasing that mole that she found the other day, or she thinks she's found. But now she's further away from the fence. I'm not so worried about it. I just don't want her digging under my fence. So Lily and I are trying to make the world a better place. Outdoors with M&D, how are you, my friend? Rick says they need rain badly. We had rain yesterday. No, Wednesday. We had rain Wednesday. Good evening, my friend. Outdoor, out and about with M&D. You guys all say hello. Guys are doing good. Doing good, not good. I got oh, you got a kidney infection. Ouch. Well, that's not good. I live with kidney failure. I've been in stage 4, but now I'm just in stage 1. So I understand what you're going through, my friend. Kidneys hurt, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Are you drinking your cranberry juice? A lot of people make a mistake. They drink cranberry cocktail, which has like 10% cranberry juice in it. You want to buy and drink the real 100% cranberry juice. Excuse me. Whew. That's what you want to do. Lily. Very painful. I don't know if I can zoom in that much. I'm going to see if we can spy on my dog. Plus, I can't see the camera. It's too bright out. I can't see anything. I was going to try to show you Lily, but it's too bright out. I can't see anything. Years ago, I had kidney stones that were painful as hell. Yes. My mother went to pick me up some for tonight. Yes, good. That's a good mama. Rick says, bless you, my friend. Yeah, when I went into coma, part of the reasons I went into coma was because, one, my kidneys shut down because they got blockage in them, both kidneys. So I was in renal failure. That led me to septic shock. Then I also, because of all of that, I had lung failure, went to respiratory distress, and then my heart went into cardiac failure. And as I've told the story, the only thing that kept me alive was the fact that my pacemaker was in, and it kept the heart beating. Yeah, and the kidney, the kidney stones are bad. I passed a bunch of them over the years. And oh my God, there's no worse feeling than feeling like you're shooting a BB out here, Oh my God, but the relief is unbelievable. But for me, they had to put, and while I was in the coma, they went in and they did a procedure and put stents in. I don't know what the tubing's called by the kidney, but they went in and put stents in, which enlarged, they stretched the tubes out so that the kidneys, then they ultrasound them and busted them up, shockwaved them, did all of that. So they had to open it up to get blood flowing back and forth. And they stayed in probably 3 weeks after I was home from the coma. I finally got those taken out. But for those 3 weeks, I pissed blood constantly. It's just the way it was. Everything I did, I pissed blood. And they said that was normal due to the stents being in there. You got a doctor's appointment on Monday? All right. If everybody give us a thumbs up if you would. Thank you for being here. Let me know who's all here. Shout out. Make friends with each other if you would. Now, Patrick, if it gets too bad, I highly recommend going to the emergency room because they do have some medicine that relaxes the whatever that duct is from the kidney to the bladder, whatever that is. It relaxes that and allows things to pass easier. Colitis, flare up, not sure which is worse as far as, well, I don't think, hey, I think when you get into that region, hey, it's all painful as hell, you know. I have a weird pulled muscle, that bothers me once in a while, and it tugs on the old testicles, and that why the doctor checked it out. All right, good, good, good. But yeah, and so now I have to have my kidneys checked every 6 months. So, and because it's also your kidney function is also a measurement of your heart function, believe it or not. So there's some things in your urine and your kidneys that tell people how your heart is functioning. So not only about the kidney function, but your heart. And so I have a double whammy there. But we check it every 6 months. But man, if it gets too bad, don't be shy. Go to the hospital and say, I hate going to the hospital. I do. But I recommend it for everybody else. I recommend that you go to the hospital, not me. Oh my God. We had a friend today who might be having some connection problems tonight. Umbilical hernia. Yeah, I've had um, umbilical hernia surgery. I guess twice. Lily, what are you doing? So I've had it twice. I had it one years and years ago, and they'd put a mesh in. And then I had another issue. I can't remember what it was, but that doctor told me that the mesh system they put in place for my umbilical hernia was really bad. Bad job, wasn't satisfactory. So apparently they ripped it all out, unbeknownst to me, and they redid it all with bigger patch, and they did a whole lot more attachment. Thank God I was asleep for all of that. Because the connection's bad there too. Rick says, that was mine. I have the mesh now, yes. Yeah, so I had the mesh, and then they literally, a small piece from what the doctor showed me, but they literally wind up putting a whole bunch of shit in there. Pat's got a hiatal hernia through the chest here. Yeah, those suck, and I don't know if there's a lot you can do about those, but just kind of monitor them and take good care of them. So, the worst ones, I guess, for us guys would be the testicle hernias, right? Ugh, my God. You know, it's all right, Pat. We understand. No worries. No worries. Luckily, we haven't had any of those. I mean, I got this weird muscle back pain thing going on in my lower back. You know how everybody has like a sciatica nerve? The nerve that's damaged in my lower back is not the sciatica, it's one below it. So it doesn't go down the leg, it actually goes straight down the spine. Pads that had those repaired, the testicles also, man. I don't like that. I didn't like having a vasectomy when I had it. It wasn't a big deal, to be honest. The procedure was pretty much benign. I mean, easy, no big deal. But yeah, I think I had to pay. The funny thing was, you know, with the vasectomy, the insurance company wouldn't pay for it. And our local hospital chain back then was Catholic, and they wouldn't even let it be performed at the Catholic hospital. So the urologist that I used had to do it at a different location because the Catholics wouldn't allow them to do it. And it was only $750 cash, you know. But that was pretty easy. It didn't really bother me too much at all. And I've talked to a lot of guys over the years who said the same thing. It's really not that bad, you know. So Rick, is your hernia doing well now? Are you doing okay with it now? That's going to be the problem. It's one thing I talk about, guys, is, you know, chasing the dragon is what I call it. Is kind of like, you know, I hurt myself this week. I don't know what I did, I'll tell you. I really hurt myself. I was, you know, I had my, I don't know what I did, tore a rotator cuff, something. But I went in and had my truck service last weekend. And they said I had a small leak in my rack and pin engine, or whatever you want to call it. And so the other day I crawled under there just to look, you know, to see if it was bad or just greasy spots, and it's just greasy. But as I crawled out from beneath the truck, and my truck's high, so you can just slide under, you don't need any real effort. But as I crawled to get around, man, I guess, man, I did something. But I messed this shoulder up really good. And then I re-injured it in the garage the other day. And so, it's good and fine now. Nice, Rick, that's good. And so Lorelai was like, oh man, you need to call the doctor, make an appointment. And I'm like, I'm just gonna chase dragons. All that is dragon chasing. What are they gonna do? Nothing, maybe put a cortisone shot in it, which doesn't usually work for me. Tell me to rest it, maybe put it in a sling, take it easy. As the older we get, you know, we have to make those choices about chasing the mythical medical dragon, right? And I know we all got to do certain things, and I have to do certain things like the testing, but sometimes I don't want to do anymore. I just don't want to go through and do so much the older I get. Zachary's in the house saying hello to you. Good to see you. But I think that's a choice for everybody. You know, what are you going to do? Are you going to chase the mythical? I call it a mythical medical dragon, because is there really a cure for anything? Not really. You know, cancer goes into remission, not cured. Heart failure is heart failure. Lung failure is lung failure. Asthma is asthma. You know, we don't cure anything in the medical world. We just treat it. So, I mean, we might cure a broken arm, but you know, I guess the older I get, I kind of look at the medical field in America compared to like other parts of the world as a little bit of a joke. You know, all we want to do here is get us all hooked on drugs. You know, America wants you hooked on drugs. Muhammad's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Hello to you. Pat, yep, Out and About is in the house. Good to have them back around. We saw them the other day. They got a great channel. I know he said they've been really, really busy. It's good to have them about. So thank you for saying hello to them. Chasing that mythical dragon. Can you lose weight? Sure. You know, is what this is one thing I have figured out. Yeah, I try to lose weight, and I am losing weight. I have lost weight, whatever. But you know, knee surgery, ankle reconstruction surgery, the back, the bad back. Every doctor is going to tell you, oh, you need to lose weight and you'll feel better. Well, Pat, I'm sorry to pick on poor old Pat, but Pat probably weighs 130 pounds soaking wet, and he has all these problems. So it's not necessarily weight based. And I've told my doctor, look, I don't care because he's like, get some. I'm like, look, you don't understand, and I'm tired of telling you this. I could weigh 10 pounds, and my ankle that's been reconstructed, and my replaced knee, and my back is still gonna hurt me like an MFer. You know, it just is. It's still gonna hurt. Pat is 128 pounds. See, I got close. I got close. You know, so. Do I think excess weight doesn't add anything to your body? Oh, absolutely. I think we should do away with it if we can, but it's not going to cure the mythical dragon. It's not going to chase away the mythical dragon. I mean, I'm taking more vitamins than drugs these days. I don't know if they help or not. I think our vitamins in America are laced with too many additives and preservatives and other shit. Maybe not enough vitamin. I don't know what's going on. But that's my weight. I used to be 150 at age 43, and now at age 49, I am 128. 150 is probably a good healthy size for you. You know what I mean? That's probably a solid frame for you. I've probably weighed 150 in the 6th grade. So would I like to drop another 30 or 40 pounds? Oh, absolutely. Sure. You know, but you get to that point where your legs don't work as well as they used to. So how can you get a lot of exercise? Pat says, I'm actually 50 years old now and I can't gain it back. Yeah. So what do you do? I mean, I know we have to chase the mythical medical dragon to a point, but I just get tired of that logic. I don't know. And of course, I've studied and looked around at other countries, and they all have their own health problems, and their life expectancies are short because of this or that. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if do you guys believe that you can be cured? That's my question. Do we? Because I don't think we're going to be cured. I just don't think we're going to be cured. And we know in America's medical world, you go to the doctor tomorrow, what are they going to do? If you go to the doctor with a complaint, what are they going to do? They're going to maybe take some x-rays, whether they need it or not, because that's how they make money. They're going to, like my shoulder. If I went to the doctor and said, hey, I'm having a problem with my shoulder, he's like, okay, let's take some x-rays. All right, great. Now let's send you to physical therapy, or maybe we'll get an MRI. And then our recommendation is going to be doing 2 months of physical therapy, to make your shoulder better. And you need to take these drugs short term, just bullshit. Just bullshit, everybody. But that's just me. Maybe I'm just a grumpy old good-looking guy, right? So it's like the other day, well, a while back, my wife's doctor, I think my wife is going to change doctors, said that she got a test result, just a normal physical checkup, and the doctor is like, oh, this is what I thought was interesting. And I'll say the word diabetic, even though that's not what it was. But her doctor was like, by your test tells us that you might be pre-diabetic. And I'm listening to this, and in my scientific brain, I'm going, you might be pre-diabetic, so we want you now to take a drug. And Lorelai didn't do it, and she asked me about it when we got home, and I said, it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You're pre-diabetic. You might be pre. So that means you're pre-diabetic. diabetic. And now they want to put you on a drug. And I told her, and I know this from personal experience, once you get onto a drug, it's hard to get off of a drug. I mean, I'm on all kinds of drugs, and it's hard to get off of them. It's a nightmare, not because they're addictive, because your body gets so used to the effects that they have on your body in a positive way. And then when you go off of them, your body rebels for a period of time. So, I don't know. So that's my big thing. Just be careful about going onto maintenance drugs. And I highly encourage people to really, and one thing, after living 482 million years and been up and down many, many medical roads, is taught me, don't do maintenance medication unless it's the end result. Don't do it. Don't get started on the medical route, the drug route. But that's what our doctors want us to do, because when it helps to keep us sick, we're not getting better. It's like we're just adding oil to a leaky engine. And instead of fixing the leak, we just keep adding oil. That's the solution versus fixing the health. A lot of things can't be fixed, but a lot of things can if they would think outside the box. I mean, American medicine, Western medicine is notorious for not being able to think out of the box. They think whatever the latest journals are, whatever the latest influence is, whatever the latest drug company tells them. It's all financial driven. Jimmy says, we are pre-diabetic. Right, Jimmy. Get it? Thank you for being here, Jimmy. Hey, David, everybody. Jimmy, just eat some sugar-free watermelon. It will be okay, Jimmy says. I did, yes. Oh man, watermelon will make you, man, you eat too much watermelon, it's gonna be a problem. A lot of fiber and sugar and water and watermelon, you'll be going in no time. Pat says, hello, Jimmy. Hello, Pat, pre. But I did. I sat there in that doctor's office, and I thought, you're just trying to get her hooked on a drug so you can bill for more money. Because in America, medicine's not about healing the sick. It's not. It's about how much money can we make. Other countries, they do want to try to heal you. It's not about getting you hooked on sugar, getting you hooked on heroin and cocaine and all the other drugs. Morphine, it's just not. Here, it's all about getting you hooked and used to taking a drug. That's not really going to benefit you, but it's going to make the doctors and medical companies and the drug firms a lot of money. And I know this. I figured it out. Jimmy, what have you been up to today, my friend? They do. That's what they told. On serious note, that's what Lorelai's doctor suggested. Hey, we should put you on this, so just in case. What? That's like cutting off your wiener just in case you might have sex someday. Well, hello. I don't know. I put bird seed in my bird feeders. We'll see what Lily is hunting for that mole under the ground there. She's sitting on top of the dirt waiting for it to move. Jimmy's another Friday night alone at the house sucks. Yeah, Friday nights used to be, Jimmy, I don't know, and I know you're more of a social creature than I am, but I will say this much. I remember as a teenager how it was horrible not to have something to do on a Friday or Saturday night. And we were always busy as teenagers, drinking, boozing, women, cars, fighting, drinking, fighting, effing, all those things that we used to do, right? But as adults, on a Friday night, what are we going to do? Because my train is coming to get me. The train is coming down the tracks. So, oh, by the way, I'm showing some skin tonight if anybody wants to If you, maybe let me know. Um, but what do people our age do on a Friday night? What do we do? Friday is the biggest poker karaoke night, but I just know I'll drink too much if I go. Well, that's kind of my point. Is karaoke, poker. Now, if we got a couple of buddies that we could go shoot pool with or something, I would like to do that. I wouldn't mind hanging out with a few guys who's not going to get so stupidly drunk that it's unbelievable. That could go shoot some pool, throw some darts. I would be up for that. I would. I don't like big crowds, but I would be up for that. But I'm not going to go to a big crowded bar, especially since Lorelai works. But, you know, I don't know. What do we do as adults? Well, I'm trying to raise some money, man. I'm trying to be one of those girls on YouTube or TikTok. You know, I'm trying to get people interested in my channel by showing some skin. That really fat guy on YouTube does it. He gets 500 people watching him a day. And he's just fat and shirtless. I'm just fat and semi-shirtless. Shoot, pool is even worse. I got to get drunk before I can go shoot pool. I like to shoot pool. I like to go bowling once in a while. But for me, since I don't like the crowds, I don't like being around drunk people anymore. I've grown out of that. And I don't want people bumping into me and talking shit. I don't like the bar fights anymore. Because, I used to do that and have fun with that. But, what do we do on a Friday night? I mean, tomorrow Lorelai is going to take me to dinner. Woohoo! And she's better pay for it too. You know. Our good friend Summer Panay is in the house. Hello, mate. Good morning. Good morning to you in Australia, buddy. The mother skins don't got hair. Well, you got a point, Jimmy. I don't know what to tell you, buddy, but you got a point. You got a point. They don't have skin or hair, and their skin is probably more cream colored and smooth and desirable. So I don't know what to say to that one, Jimmy. You got me there, buddy. Everybody said hello to Summer, please. But what do we do on a Friday night? I mean, I guess, I'm old. I'm happy just to stay home. I don't know what else to do. Go fish if I had somewhere to fish good. And if Lorelai didn't work, maybe we would do things. We would be more social. We're not as social as we used to be because Lorelai's shift changed. My wife, when she worked a normal day, we were way more sociable. But now that she works the evening shift, we don't go to gatherings as much because we would go on Friday nights a lot to Filipino things and Saturdays and things. We are going to go to one here upcoming in a couple of weeks, a Filipino hangout thing that's outdoors open to the public. But hi, Summer. David's talking about chest hair again. Hello, Summer. Good to see you. My job is done. I put a smile on the face. You did indeed. But don't be discriminating against chest hair. Maybe I could get one of those. Would this help? You think this would raise money? Maybe I'll do that. What if I got one of those fake chests, that girls wear on the internet and put it on and had really big boobs, and because it looks like it has smooth skin, and wore that as a guy. I couldn't do it. Yes, yes. Well, at least Summer's here, Summer's here from Australia land. I don't know. What do you do? What do you do? I mean, if I lived on the water, I would be sitting doing this every night. I'd be hanging out by the water every night, to be honest. The older I get, I like, Now I would be if I won like the lottery, Now, of course, I would sit around and have my servants wait on me while I sat out by the water, you know. Oh, the boob thing, the fake boob thing on the, well, you know, there's a lot of people that are confused about their identities, right? So it is shocking to me. Jimmy, you know, you do cruises like we do now, or you do more than we do, but have we started to see the crazy, I know we got all the fights and the drunkards and that type of bullshit happening on cruises, but have we started to see the cross dressers, the whatever you want to call that community, you know, on the cruise ships very much? I don't remember ever seeing anybody that I went, you're a Democrat on a cruise ship. Yeah, Pat likes that. You know, well, you know, Laura, my wife's expensive. She wants a house. I got to get her a house, man. I got to shake some booty to get it, you know. Tony Armstrong's back in the house. What's up, my friend? The shirts are cool. Thank you. Thank you. This is actually a really nice quality shirt. It's a little bit of a warm shirt, but this is a beautiful shirt. I agree. This one photographs very well. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. I love my tropical shirts. I need more of them, but I like it. I like it. Patrick says, shake, rattle, and roll. Shake that booty. Woo-hoo. Now, I'm not a booty shaking. I don't like booty shaking. So this is I want you guys to chime in. Who here likes it when the booty is a shaking? Jimmy, I don't remember ever seeing those, but I don't pay attention to anything other than cards and the Filipina dealers. I don't blame you, and you know, and I get it. You just got to flirt with the Filipinos on the cruise ship more. But I really don't, Jimmy. In all honesty, I don't remember that group of people being on cruise ships. I just don't. You know, or I mean, I don't care who you sleep with, but or what you know. But you don't see a lot of that overtly on cruise ships for some reason. It seems to be more, you know, typical. Patrick likes it. Patrick. Patrick likes it because he likes the Filipina dealers. Tony, does everybody say hello to Tony? Tony. Yeah, but back to booty shaking. I'm gonna tell you, I'm just not a fan of some girl's fat ass shaking in the air. It's not something I enjoy. You know, I don't know. I guess I'm not a fat ass guy. You know, I don't know about you guys out there, you ladies out there. How many of you guys like some girl sticking her butt up in there and twerking? Is it called twerking? Twerking it. Pat, you like twerking? Tony says they wear a lot of those types of shirts in South Padre. Yeah, so I forgot you're down in South Padre. They do. You know, the funny thing is, I've been dressing kind of like this for God, I don't know, shit, almost 20 years, right? Because I like it. And I told you all my philosophy about why I do it. But one time I was at Sam's up here, and some lady, they just moved up from Florida to Bentonville, Arkansas. And we were at Sam's Club, and I was with some friends. And it had a thunderstorm warning, so we all had to hide by the bathrooms at Sam's, or tornado warning. So they sounded the alarms. We all had to go hide by the bathrooms. And this lady comes up and she asked me. She says, "Oh, so are you from South Florida?" And I'm like, "No, I know it well, but no, I live here." She's like, "Oh, well, how long have you lived here?" And I said, "Well, a long time." She's like, "You're not from Florida?" I said, "No." And she's like, "Oh, well, we just moved here from Florida, and everybody looks just like you in Florida." And I'm thinking, okay, you know. And she's like, "Your hats, your shirts, just like what they wear in Florida." And I'm like, "Yeah, all right." I like them, Tony. I gotta admit, I like them. It makes me happier to wear them. But this one is a high quality shirt. I mean, this is not a cheap one. I have a lot of $10 ones, And I have some that are not $10 shirts, and this is not one of the $10 ones. And this one really, I mean, I've got photos. This one photographs well. It makes me look skinnier than I really am. Keith is in the house. Hello, everybody say hello to Keith. Keith, say hello to Tony. South Padre Island. And Keith, you're in Texas too, right? So Keith, how are you today? I'm showing off my chest hair trying to raise money for my wife's house fund. If anybody, any of the women out there, or some of you guys who are confused about your sexuality, if, that's I've been checking out I hurt my shoulder this weekend, this shoulder, but I think my pacemaker is doing something weird. It feels like there's a bump on my pacemaker that wasn't there. So, anyway. I love Manila, Subic Bay, Clark Air Force bases because the storm destroyed some of the best times of my life. Oh no. So were you stationed over there then? Before the storm destroyed some of the best parts of my life. So are you married to a Filipina? Did you marry a Filipina? Are you like Pat and, Yes. So, sorry, I asked a whole bunch of questions. That's my problem is I ask like 1 question, 2 questions, 3 questions, 4 questions, like in a row. I have a bad habit of that. So my question is, are you married to a Filipina? And how long have you been married, if so, and all of that good stuff. But obviously, if you spent time in the Philippines, were you in the military? I don't know, maybe that's what I asked you, if you were in the military. So I can't even keep up with shit. But thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. Pat says, hello, Brother Keith. Good to see you. Good to see you. Keith, how are you doing down in your part of the world? My wife's going to take me out and pay for dinner tomorrow. She's told me today, ooh, shit, I brought my ice bucket out. I need a better ice bucket. She told me today my wife's going to take me out for dinner tomorrow night. She's going to pay, she says. Take me out to dinner. So any suggestions about where I should let my wife take me to dinner to or at? You're in the Marines? Outstanding. Now, you weren't stationed in the Philippines. Were you stationed like in Japan and visited, or were you stationed there? And yes, tonight we're having a red horse. Red horse. My friend James Robinson, our very first YouTube subscriber ever, sent me some red horse all the way from California. Okinawa. Okay, that's what I figured. Hi, Lily. Nice. Okinawa. How did you wind up in southern Texas? So you must like, I hope you like Asian women. I know we have 1 or 2 guys that come on here who apparently you can tell hate Asian women because they've been burned by Asian women. But, took military hops for vacation. Yeah, impregnate 9 or 10 Filipinos and then go back to their boat, their ship. No, just kidding. Lost your connection too? I know I am. Mine's acting up a little bit tonight. I don't know why. But mine's acting up a little bit. We don't got anything interfering tonight that I know of. Hope everybody will come back and join us as we go through here. You had bad storms earlier? All right. We had a situation, I mean, we looked like we were going to have storms, but we didn't. And now it's sunny and hot. Me and my dog Lily. You okay, Lily? Dog is looking for a place to take a piss. You need an ice cube? I brought you an ice cube. And let Lily drink the ice cubes. Here's something that's kind of irritated me today. Oh, no wonder my tripod is messed up. What was? So we ordered a. Here. I don't know if I'm going to turn the camera around and show you, Pat. Everybody else. See, right over there is like one of those big plastic, Rubbermaid type of storage containers. You can't see it maybe, but right there, where's my finger? Right above it, there's one of those Rubbermaid benches. See it? I'm right above it. So we really like those Rubbermaid type. It's not Rubbermaid brand, it's a different brand. They sell them at Sam's Club. We really like them. They're durable. They don't leak. They're really, really good. And so I always watch to see when Sam's put them on clearance every year. So I ordered one online. It came in today. But here's what irritates me. It came in today and it's missing parts. I got pictures of the box ripped open, and I'm like, oh my God, it has to be missing shit. Because it's wide open and they just dump it on my front porch and run off. So I got to return it. Now, they're going to pay for shipping, but now I have to repack it, load it in my truck, drive it to FedEx, and drop it off, and they're going to be sending out a replacement. But I'm like, how irritating is it the fact that I have to go through all this work because they did a shitty job sending me one that had open boxes. Why? And this is what I guess I don't understand, and maybe I'm just an asswipe. But if you're going to ship something, why don't you put a lot of packing tape on it? Just putting straps on things. When things shift inside boxes, they punch holes. They open up the flaps. Why don't you just go ahead and duct tape the shit, or not duct tape, but packing tape it to where the ends can't come open? Because that's what happened on this. One of the ends is open. I knew things were going to be missing. They were going to be gone somewhere. So I got a Lorelei. Now I unpacked it and brought it outside to assemble it. And then I realized I'm missing parts I gotta have to assemble it. So I got the return started. So I told Lorelei after she went to work, I said, okay, tomorrow, one of the things we're gonna do, because she's really good at figuring out how to pack things, I'm gonna have her repack the box. Then I'm just gonna take packing tape and I'm just gonna tape the shit out of it. And we're gonna drop it off at FedEx. But they shouldn't have to do that. Sam shouldn't have to do that. They're a big enough company where they should have their suppliers do better quality control. It's not that hard. We got a dragonfly. It's not that hard to use packing tape on the end of boxes. It's just not. So that's kind of frustrating because I was looking forward to getting it ready. Because one thing I've decided is we're getting rid of certain patio furniture. We're no longer going to use wicker style patio furniture. I don't like it. I've never been a big fan of the way it looks, but I don't like it up so easily. When the suns get to it, it falls apart. The strapping. So we don't like that. I don't like that. So I'm switching it out to non-wicker stuff. And these benches that they sell for $100 on Sam's.com are really good, sturdy, rock solid. They got storage in them. You can lock them. They're really nice. They're all weathered. They can take a beating. So I ordered another one of those, and I'm going to get rid of some of this furniture while we look for nice, accommodating furniture out for outdoor space. But that was a bummer. I got to do all this work of sending it back, and I'm not getting paid for it. I'm not going to get paid for my effort. So that's kind of a bummer. Kind of a bummer. Yeah, when we cut out, when the internet cuts out or whatever is happening, we lose some of the people that think we got cut off permanently, so they bail on us, Patrick. Oh, man. But I got to figure out where I'm going to make Lorelai feed me tomorrow. She says she'll take me anywhere I want for dinner. But to be honest, I don't know any place I want to go for dinner. I don't have anything in mind for dinner. I mean, I'd be okay just having a Jimmy John's sandwich, to be honest. When it's really hot outside during the summer, I don't get cravings for food as much. Stink bug is in the house. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. So during the summer, it's like during the winter, you get a craving for like chili and soups and other things. But during the summer, what do you, salad. I like to have a really good salad and some good fruit. Hello, stink bug from Patrick. Take her to Jollibee, trust me. No, she's taking me. She's taking me. But yeah, if we lived by Jollibee, I would just say, yeah, let's go to Jollibee because that's the type of guy I am. And that's what I'm figuring out. We don't have the nearest Jollibee is 5 hours. Not gonna happen. But since I can't think of anything, I'll probably just pick an Asian restaurant and go there and let her have some Asian food because right now I can't think of anything I want besides maybe some fresh fruit, a nice salad. But since she wants to take me out to dinner, well, I don't know. I'll take her somewhere Asian-y. I don't feel like a heavy Italian meal, I don't like that. I love sushi, so maybe we'll go to sushi, and I don't want her to spend a lot of money either. So as a good husband, when my wife says, oh, I'm going to take you out to dinner, I will figure out a place she likes that's cheap and go there. But if we had a Jollibee, we'd be going to Jollibee. We don't mind Jollibee. The funny thing, thinking of Jollibee, I was craving Korean fried chicken the other day. We do have a place here that makes Korean fried chicken, but it's not very good. It's too sweet. But I was craving Korean fried chicken the other day. Yeah, we don't have them in Alabama either. Yeah, that's right. My girl was from Cebu, and I know what they want to eat. My wife is from Cebu also, Mandawi City, Cebu City. We live there. We have properties over there. So we know Cebu very, very well. And to be honest, Jollibee's great, but I will tell you, I like Chow King. I wish we had a Chow King here. I like Chow King in the Philippines. They have one in Vegas at the Seafood City. The Seafood City stores are really cool. I like Chow King very much. I really do. I don't know about you guys, but I would prefer Chow King over Jollibee. I like Chow King. I bought a chicken today, a double cheeseburger. Most of my videos are just food and nature. All right. So you're trying to grow your channel then? We're all trying to do that. So I'm glad for you to do that. We got to go this weekend. We need to go to Sam's and make a Sam's run this weekend. We got to get some more. One of the problems I'm having, if anybody knows where I can get some frozen turkeys this time of the year, it'd be really nice. at a good price. I can buy them for $2.50 a pound, but I'm not doing that. But we got to go to Sam's. We're going to get some chicken. I made some Mexican foods this week, kind of, a little spicy stuff, beans. I have been craving beans a lot lately. Food in nature is good, man. So she's a hospice care worker over in Hong Kong now. Are you ready to marry her? Let me put you on the spot. Are you ready to marry? Syncbug he hit 1.3 million views for your whole channel last week. Congratulations to that. I think we are just under a million. We're in the 900,000s on my way to a million views. So congratulations. That's a big deal to me. I don't really care about how many subscribers I have. I'm more concerned about how many views I get and how many returning views. One of the $5 rotisserie chickens like at Sam's? Yeah. They're okay, but here, I don't really like the rotisserie chickens. My dog usually eats it. When we buy it, we eat it for one day, then I chop it up and give it to Lily. We don't eat the rotisserie chicken that much for some reason. I don't know why I don't like it. It's complicated, brother. I understand. Trust me. Been there, done that. I'm married. I did a K-1 visa. I've been to the Philippines. I've lived in the Philippines. I get it, man. I've been around the community since I was 18 years of age, and I can't tell you how many people I had, hey, you should date my niece, my sister, my whatever, my whatever, my whatever. It's very complicated. But if you want her to, I do tell people this, and I give the advice of this, everybody, and thanks for all thumbs up, by the way. Double tap that screen. Is if you're happy, it's kind of like fishing. I equate this to fishing. If you catch a fish that you're happy with, that you can enjoy eating, don't throw it back, take it home. If you're only allowed to catch one red snapper per day, and you catch one that meets the limits, and it looks good and healthy, take it home and eat it. Don't throw it back in hopes of getting a better red snapper. Because sometimes the red snapper you have is the best red snapper there is. I hope that kind of makes sense. Oh, the beard and the long hair, yeah. Yeah, they're not fanned. And you can tell that because, and why that is, yeah, they do like foreigners and they like tall guys and bigger guys, even older guys, fat guys. They don't have a problem with our body, right? But they do like it's just because it's kind of what they grew up with. I'm going to leave a comment on one of your shorts. I like it. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you for subscribing, and maybe we can work together on a project in the future. I'm always open-minded. We're having a big meetup, not a big meetup, but we're having a community meetup in October, the 3rd in Branson, Missouri. Pat's going to be there. Ken's going to be there. So people that are YouTubers, people that are Philippine related, like-minded people, they're all going to go to Branson for the weekend in October the 3rd. You're welcome to come up. I can give you more information about that. It's not to come see me, it's to come see everybody and to hang out in Branson, Missouri. Yeah, that's it. So it's kind of like the Native Americans. They don't grow facial hair very well either. Hispanic men doesn't, Mexican men don't grow facial hair. So it's kind of the same concept. They grow up with it, and so they're not used to it. Their fathers don't have it. But I will tell you, they get used to it in America. After a couple of years, my wife, they get used to it. All the guys I know, they get used to it, and then they don't have a problem with it. Nah, I am a caregiver for my grandparents. Excellent. That's very good of you, my friend. Can't leave Alabama right now. All right. I understand. We may move to Alabama next year. It's either Florida or Alabama. It's just something I'm sharing with everybody that anybody of any like-minded can. We picked the weekend, October the 3rd in Branson. You can bring your families and do the Silver Dollar City and go caving, go golfing, boating, anything you want to do. And then on that Saturday, all of us like-minded people are going to be meeting up and having a dinner. My lady was 5'1". I am 6'2" with a beard. All right, so you're all right. I know a lot of guys like you. Don't worry about it. They will get used to the beard. Trust me, no matter how much. My wife used to call it the beardy. She's like, "Oh, your beardy is." And my wife likes it short, which I've gotten used to, and I'm okay with that. But they like it. Part of it is because they think the men in the Philippines that don't shave, they look scraggly, right? So they think American beards are going to be scraggly, but our beards are different than they are. You're welcome to visit the farm if you come through. We have, wow. Are you like in central Alabama? 330 acres? Holy shit, that's a big place. That's a lot of land. We're looking at moving to Foley, Alabama, that area, that whole region. Anywhere between, like Dauphin to Foley over to the east coast of the peninsula. Or we're going to go to Florida, one of the two. That's a lot of, Pat has a farm too. Pat's in here, he has a farm. He's in Indiana. But don't stress over the girl not like, and I understand that you're probably in a situation where you can't just pick up and make a run to the Philippines or to where's she at, Hong Kong or wherever she's at. But I tell people all the time, have you met, one I'm asking, I guess, have you guys met in person yet? And if you haven't, you can meet anywhere in person for the K1 visa. I tell people, my advice is this. You can meet on a cruise ship like Jimmy does. You can meet in Hong Kong. You can meet in Canada. You can meet anywhere. That works to meet the criteria. You don't got to meet them in their home countries. Sure, absolutely. And we have a Facebook group. And you just message me or drop me a comment on something, and we can chat behind the scenes through Messenger, through Facebook, and our group. Got an email address there on the channel. I'm happy to do it. Happy to do it. But that's one thing I've told people is just in broad strokes is one, get a K1 visa, not the marriage visa. It goes quicker with the K1. It takes time, but it's quicker than the marriage. And two, you can meet them in person anywhere in the world. It doesn't got to be in the Philippines. Foley's not too far from you. That's cool. That's cool. We like Foley. We've been to Foley a lot, Orange Beach a lot. We've stayed down there quite a bit. We've also been to Florida a lot. So right now we got some other things that we're working on before we can make the move next year. So, but Foley is high on the list. Southern Florida, Southwest Florida is high on the list, like Fort Myers area. Then the Space Coast is high on the list. And the Panhandle's not out of the question by far, but, we're kind of thinking if we got to bite the bullet and go into Florida with the better home, more expensive home prices and shit like that, then we might as well go down deeper into Florida. Google Midland City. All right, I'll do that. Midland City. Well, I'll do it right now. Let me put my beer on ice while I Google. Let me do that. Let me pull it up right now. Midland City, Alabama. Overall, here's what AI says. Midland City is a charming town in Dale County, Alabama, situated in the southeastern part. Okay. Oh, I know where Dothan is. Is it Dothan, Dothan, whatever that town is called? I know where that is. Incorporated by in 1890, spans 6.1 square miles, so it's not very big. Proximity, regional area. Let's see, time travel. Let's see. Local amenities, dining, parks, recreation, education, real estate economy, housing market, medium home value, and that area is one. Wow, that's damn cheap. Housing market, medium home value in the area is around 146 to 150, with a mix of established homes and new development. Wow, that's cheap. Hell, we could buy a freaking mansion there. Manufacturing corporations like Michelin. Wow. Welcome to the city of Midland, Alabama. Let's see what the city website looks like. Right beside it, yeah, I know where that is, and I've actually driven through. I may have driven through Midland and not realized it, because we've driven that area a lot. Let's see. Very nice. I'll map it real quick. Man, that's a low home value. Home, man. I mean, yep. I may have driven through there. I may have actually driven through that part of the world, believe it or not. When we go visit places, we do a lot of road tripping, a lot of driving. Yeah, I know that place now. Yeah, because we looked at Dothan. I don't know how you pronounce that name, but I was worried about it because I thought it might be a little boring for my wife. My wife really kind of likes the big city vibe or having a lot going on. And I know Foley's not a big city, but Pensacola's right across, the lake or the water, the bay. So I looked at that part of Alabama. I did a while back. Somebody else lives there that I know, who told me about it. A Kuya, another guy married to a Filipina lives there. So he sings is what he does on his channel. Karina is in the house saying hello. Thank you for doing that, Karina. Good to see you. Thank you. How are you today, young lady? Yeah, I looked at that and I noticed because I like to fish. My big goal is to fish. All I want to do is go fishing and enjoy saltwater, brackish water fishing. So my goal, wherever we live, I want to be able to get into that within 15, 20 minutes. Because I can't do a lot, but I can get in my truck and drive down to a pier or a boardwalk or something of that nature. And because I hate to admit it, but I'm a little disabled. I have to use a mobility scooter because I can't walk super far at one time. So looking for a place that allows me to be close to water. Patrick says, hello, Karina. Karina, how are you, Karina? Good to see you. So, so I'm assuming you enjoy that part of the world. Stingbug, you enjoy that part of the world? But we're looking also, we just, I don't like winters, and we have winters here. We like to grow and we like to garden a lot, do outdoor activities. So, and I like to enjoy the last years of my life as much as I can. Plus, I'm trying to put my Filipino wife in a better financial situation. Meaning, my big goal is that when I kill over dead, she doesn't have a house payment. So we have our area that we live is a very expensive area. So I'm hoping when I sell my house next year, I can make a large profit off of that and use it to get us way closer to being paid out of debt. Karina says, hello, Patrick. Good to see you. So we got to figure out where I'm going to have my wife take me tomorrow. I told her maybe we could just go to Burger King, but I don't know. But it's all good. It's all right. I just want to enjoy not the cold weather. I'm just not a cold weather person. The older I get, the worse it's depressing because here in my part of the country, I'll pretty much stay indoors 4 months, 5 months out of the year, depending on how bad the winter is. And that's not good for the human psyche. It's not fun. And we don't have anything holding us here except for money. We don't have any family. We have a few friends, but just a few friends. And we don't get entangled in a lot of stuff. So besides money, we don't have a lot holding us in this part of the country. My wife's working on us getting in a situation where she can work anywhere. If she could ever get to where she works from home, then man, we'd be even better off. Because then we could literally just live anywhere, which is important to me. So, but it sounds like you got it figured out down there in Alabama. You got a girlfriend, you're taking care of the family, you got a farm, so it sounds like you're doing good, man. Yeah, Dothan and Montgomery are big cities here. Yeah, Montgomery looks too rough for us. And we've looked at it's too far north for one. We want to be closer to the Gulf of America and or the ocean, whichever. So we're going to be much, much closer. We got to get from Montgomery, that's way too far north, way too far north. But in looking at it, I know it has nice areas and nice components, but it looks like a rough city. It really does. It's kind of, I don't know, it may be too rough for us. My wife likes Orlando, Florida, and we've been to Orlando, but living on the outside of Orlando is good, but you wouldn't want to live on the inside of Orlando. Same thing with like Jacksonville, Florida. There's parts around Jacksonville that's really cool to live, but you wouldn't want to live inside of Jackson. Unless you had to, I guess. Yeah, we're not going to do that, but thank you. I appreciate that. I do delivery there for a year. Lots of crime and yeah, it's a rough place. It's not our vibe. My wife really does, because she came from Cebu City. So my wife really does like the big city vibe, but I don't. And so my goal is for us not to live in a city, but to live outside of the city. And if we got to drive 30 minutes to go fishing, 30 minutes to go downtown of like Fort Myers or somewhere when we have to go downtown, I'm okay with that. Karina says, okie dokie. Because one thing living in the Philippines taught me, because before I lived in the Philippines, I hated the thought of driving more than 10 or 15 minutes anywhere. But what I learned in the Philippines was it would take me a half hour to go a mile in the Philippines. It would take me hours to go 2 or 3 miles in the Philippines. It was horrible. So I've learned to appreciate, hey, if I got to drive now, I don't have a problem driving 2 hours for fun. We got some cities around us, like Branson, Missouri, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Fort Smith, other places that are about 2 to 3 hours max. Little Rock, we can get there. Doesn't bother me a bit now to jump in the car, drive 2 hours, go have lunch, hang out, go sightseeing, and come home. Because in the Philippines, we did that to go grocery shopping. We'd spend all day long getting from point A to point B, getting our groceries and getting back home. I will. I'll look at it. I will. I made a note of it. I like the country vibe. The traffic terrifies you there in the Philippines? I think it is terrifying. It doesn't really, well, I guess it does it stresses me out because I worry about running people over. In America, we try not to run over civilians or pedestrians. And I know it's all of a dance, the beeping of the horns and all. It's kind of like I've sat back and watched traffic a few times. And I realized there's a dance going on in the Philippines and in Asia, India, other places. It's a dance. But I don't want to run anybody over. So what I worried about living in the Philippines, if I was driving, was simply put, if I misstepped in the dance, I would run somebody over. If I didn't understand where I was supposed to step next, I might run somebody over. You never know if a 100-pound Filipino is going to clip you with the motor. Oh, you don't. You don't. Or anything. You don't know where the potholes are, the trenches they dug in the middle of the road during the day, and nobody knows. I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible. That's what worries me. Even walking around in the Philippines, if you got bad legs like I do and a bad heart, you might want to think. I tell people all the time, and I talked to somebody the other day who asked me about living in the Philippines, and I told him no. I said, you have health conditions. I wouldn't, health issues. I wouldn't live in the Philippines. You need to be healthy to live in the Philippines. Yeah, I don't want to accidentally accept. Yeah, I agree, man. It's rough. And so my fear was, I just was going not to know the dance and kill somebody or hit somebody. And if you're driving in the dark at the middle of the night, it's horrible there. People are just boom, boom. And then they got the bicycles and the tut-tuts and everything else. And man. But I get it's a dance. I just didn't want to dance. I like stoplights, stop signs, directional arrows. I like that. But it did teach me, hey, it may take us an hour and 15 minutes to get to a mall that's only 3 miles from my house. Okay, well, driving 2 hours to go spend the day at the lake or up in Branson or go to Tulsa, Oklahoma or Dallas, Texas is 5 hours. And go and spend some time, not that big of a deal anymore for me. So when we relocate, living an hour from the beach, all right, I can do that. I can do it. Not a big deal to me anymore. But I do admit I was spoiled because when I taught college, I lived literally 7 minutes from the campus. So I had a house that was 7 minutes from my job, and I spent 25 years doing that. So I got real spoiled. But now our area is growing up so much here that it would, same house I lived in before, it would probably take me 20 minutes to get to campus because everything's grown up and the traffic is so chaotic now, it's so backed up. So, Karina says, ooh, very, very interesting. So, but congratulations, I'm glad you're taking care of the fam. We're happy to get to know people that are like-minded. We are indeed. So I was hoping we'd have more breeze tonight. I think my breeze is dying down. I should have went fishing tonight, but I was too tired. Should have went fishing. Our lakes here are flooded due to all of the rain, so that's kind of hard. I have to go to the other places. That's part of what's so stressful for me or boring to me is I just love to fish, but I want to have a chance to actually catch fish and to be able to go fishing. I like fishing where there's parks and piers where you can get out and safely get to the water, even if you don't catch anything special. It's like when we go down to Alabama, we go to different places. You can just literally pull up, get out of your car, walk a little bit, get on a scooter, mobility scooter, and fish and have a blast because you're always catching something. That's what I want. That's what I want. Because as all know, our Filipino wives will eat any fish. When we were living down in Florida, we didn't live there. I guess we did. We stayed there a few months down in a place called Cocoa Beach, Florida, on the Space Coast. Before we moved to the Philippines, we were down there. We'd go fishing at the jetty and the pier. That was really nice, nicely done. It's what I like. You know, they're lit up, they're nice, they're convenient, they got everything you need. But we'd go and fish there, and my wife would catch, she loves to fish, would catch fish, and she would want to take every fish we caught home. And I'm just like, now, wait a minute. One, how many of those fish are we going to eat? Well, the last time we were in Alabama, we brought back bags of fish, and I think I need to throw them away because they've been in the freezer probably 2 years now, or a year and a half. She did cook some of it for a party. Yeah, you do the cat. My wife doesn't like catfish. Now, I gotta say, I grew up eating catfish the southern way, like on a platter, because my mother was Cajun. So I know that dish very well. I also grew up eating it like just fried catfish you'd find, you know what I mean? The typical fried catfish dinners. But the older I get, the less I like fried catfish. The catfish ponds and the buffaloes, yes. Fixing chili tonight with crackers, nice. Pat's always cooking good food, he just never shares any. So I've got, I guess maybe it's just because, you know, I used to, when I was teaching college, I put on these conferences every year, a lot of them. And I had a partnership with a place called Catfish John's, a really nice guy, had a local catfish restaurant. And he was my lunch guy. And so we ate catfish all the time. But my big deal is hush puppies. I don't give a crap what the dish is. Give me some hush puppies. I like hush puppies with anything. Chili, soups. I don't give a crap. Give me some hush puppies. Wait until you check out my food on my channel. Pat, I guess Stinkbug has a really good channel. Let me turn here. Stinkbug, let me do this so I can check you out later. Make sure I do that. And leave me a comment, but I will turn you blue so you can drop your link if you want to. And I have a rule here. My only rule is, I got a couple rules, but the big rule is if you're blue, you're always welcome to drop your link without asking permission. Don't have to ask permission. I do encourage my blue people not to throw people in timeout until I say it's okay, because I don't mind controversy and I will teach off of their controversy. But other than that, you know, drop your link, whatever you want. Because Pat will subscribe to you. Karina will subscribe to you. So I do like southern food, but I like northern food, you know. I like, ooh, my hummingbirds are here. Hot diggity damn. I hope my spy camera is getting them. I'm gonna try to turn this around. Come on. Shit, it ran away already. Oh, it's still there. If you guys look at that bird feeder, there's a hummingbird bouncing around that bird feeder right there. Did he leave? So I got a camera right there that I'm trying to spy on the hummingbirds and get some recording so I can post it. I think he left. But we really like feeding the birds. All right. It's one thing I like to do is feed the birds, man. I don't know, maybe I'm an old guy, but I like to feed the birds. I like to watch the birds. That's why I want to live by water, because there's more excitement. I left a comment. You guys make a pretty couple. Thank you. Thank you. I know I'm pretty. My wife's okay, you know. We got to give her some credit. But yes, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Let me see. Can you guys, you know what that is? If anybody can identify what that is, lurching in the grass there. That's my dog, Lily. We have the hummingbird feeders on the porch also. My grandfather loved watching the hummingbirds. He passed. Oh, I'm sorry for that. It appears to be an animal of some sort. Big John Taylor's in the house. Good to see you, John. How are you, buddy? It's a hot dog. It is. And she is hot. It's hot out here today. My cat was named Lily. Oh, really? Really? Yeah, that's Lily the dog. Hello, Big John, brother. Good to see you. John, how are you today? How was your work day? Did you get your new position you were talking about? Ding is in the house. Thank you for the thumbs up. And a reminder of everybody to do a thumbs up. Thank you for that. How are you? It's good to see you. How are you doing in your part of the world? My dog turned her back on us. She's like, I don't want you people looking at me anymore. I'm going to turn around and lay in the grass. Don't be looking at me. That's my dog for you. Not yet? Haven't heard anything yet? Well, we have good vision for you, buddy. Good thoughts. So, Ding, how are you? What have you been up to? What's going on in your world, man? It's been a few days since we talked to you. John, how's everything in Missouri? Now, are you part of the area that's getting all that flooding I saw last week or something, or this past week? You guys all say hello to each other, make friends with each other. Shared it out. Thank you. I appreciate that, as you know. We're trying to grow. We did break 5,000 subscribers a while back, but my big goal is to get to 1 million views, which I'm on track to do. You like my little puppy, my Lily? My other wiener dog, Daisy, passed away about 1.5 years ago, I guess, 2 years now. Going on 2 years, 1.5 years. So, Big John says, no, it's hot. All right. I saw that South Texas was getting a lot of flooding weather too. Hello, Ding. Good to see you, my friend. And I guess there's a rain all over Florida coming from the Gulf. There might be a hurricane or something. Cooking breakfast where you're at? What are you cooking for breakfast? What are you having? I gotta admit, I'm one of the people that don't have a good breakfast. Every morning, my wife has a really good breakfast because when she gets up, around noonish, 1-ish, 2-ish, I cook her a waffle, a fruit waffle. She gets 4 sausage links and 2 eggs. Me, I get up and I usually have a V8 juice and a banana. So I don't think mine's very good, very hearty. Whoops, I'll kill y'all. So what do you have? I got to make more more waffles tomorrow morning. I usually make a batch that lasts us all week, but we're out, so I'll have to make some in the morning. We got to make a run to Sam's this weekend at some point. That's what we have to do. Good to see you, Patrick, from Ding. Ding, any news on your channel? Anything you're excited about? Anything you want to tell us about? We're trying hard to grow our channel. We're just slow at it, but we're trying to be good about it. We did just drop a video about a cool backpack that we got today that we're going to use on the cruise ship. We're going to put it goes inside of your backpack so that when you go somewhere, you can take it out and use it as like a light duty travel backpack. And so we needed that. So we got that in today because we're getting ready for our cruise in October. Fried egg and tomato sausage. Ooh. Fried rice, eggs, tomato, and sausage. All right. I like fried rice. I'm not a white rice person at all, but I do like a good fried rice. I'm a big fried rice person. Now, I like sausage, but I'm very particular about the sausage, I guess. Just doing lives during your watch hours? Okay. You got to keep those watch hours going. We've been really lucky in our years of doing this that a lot of our videos have been evergreen videos, and so they keep getting comments and views year after year, year after year, which I'm very grateful for. We've gotten, I don't know, 8 or 9 videos that are, I won't say they're popular, but people keep watching them. So I think that's a good thing. And we're trying to put out more videos and shorts and live streams, of course. Monday night, just so everybody knows, thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. Monday night, I'm going to do a StreamYard. I think Monday night I'm going to do StreamYard at 7 p.m., which means you guys can all join the panel if you wish, or just join the chat. Every once in a while, I don't mind doing StreamYard versus a live stream like this one. This one gives you more watch hours and more viewers count, but sometimes it's good to have Pat and Ken and Ding and everybody else to come up in the panels, and you know, Stinkbug can come up in the panel and hang out and do things. So sometimes it's good to do that. There's a little patience is doing it, yeah. Well, you know, watch hours are important. We just got lucky, to be honest. I had one video that got a lot of watch time when we first started, so we were monetized in 6 months. We just got lucky. It was the video I did on my coma, and so a lot of, you know, I'm getting ready to redo my, I'm rebringing my coma back out. I'm going to try to write a book on it and do some video and stuff. So, but right now we're doing a lot of videos just on travel and backpacks, and we bought some new luggage. You know, whatever comes up. You know, cooking the wiener dogs. I got some videos of Lily I need to post shorts of. So I'm hoping to get some video of the hummingbirds this year. I got a camera set up on the hummingbirds, but I don't know if I'll be able to record anything. But I'm going to try. And Pat's growing his channel, so you guys all, if you haven't, I know you guys have, but you guys make sure you subscribe to each other. I'm showing, Ding, if you haven't noticed, I am showing some cleavage in hopes of getting some super chats. You know, I'm trying to be one of those girls on the live streams. I figure if the girls can wear their clothes like this, you know, then why can't I? So, you know, that's what we're shooting for. I'm not saying it's working. I'm just saying that's what I'm shooting for. But we got a cruise coming up in October. We got the October the 3rd meeting in Branson, Missouri. We're going to go and do some day trips around here and just keep doing what we're doing and hope it works, you know. It's all we can do. It's really hard to be successful. One thing I am doing, and I'd love for you guys all to join us, is in the morning live streams. When you see me doing a morning live stream, we're going to be talking about how to build your YouTube channel, how to be better communicators, how to be more effective communicators, how to be more professional, how to take the business concepts of being successful in business in the past and turning them into a modern formula for social media. So I'm taking the things from the past and I'm going to give them a new spin, and we're going to talk about that in the mornings when I do morning live streams. I'm reading some books. We're going through the Dale Carnegie things. They don't have a 1-cent super chat. They do not. What's the bottom one? $1? $9? Is $1 the lowest you can do, John? But you're saying my chest hairs are only worth 1 penny? Is that what you're saying? At least they're worth that. I didn't think they're worth anything. You know? As Jimmy was here earlier, he pointed out the fact that the problem with me showing my chest and my chest hair is that all the girl channels, they don't have any chest hairs. So the problem is, you know, the girls look better than I do, is what he's trying to say. That Jimmy. I understand you, John. I understand. I see where you're going. But we are reading in the mornings Dale Carnegie's business books. I read them in the 90s. I'm rereading them just for fun. And I decided to reinterpret them for the modern world on live streams in the mornings. If you want to grow your business, your social media, whatever it is, you know, or just Come and talk shit. That's what we're doing in the mornings. I'll be doing one Monday morning. John, it's okay. It's okay, my friend. I forgive you for your. I'll make you a deal you can't refuse. I just got done watching Godfather 1 and 2. So, I don't know if I'm going to watch Godfather 3, but I just got done watching 1 and 2 again. So I'll make you a deal you can't refuse. Or make an offer. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. So you either do it or I kill you is kind of the offer, right? That's the offer. You do what I say or I kill you. I eliminate your family. You wake up with a horse's head in your bed. So John, anything exciting going with your fiance over there in the Philippines? You and Stinkbud might be in the same boat. He's got one over yonder there. Pat says I am back. Pat, how are things going in your dating world? Anything exciting? Any news? You got a date? I scratched my head the other day. I wouldn't mind having, but then again, here's the problem. My wife's going to take me to dinner. I cut my hair, by the way, if you didn't notice. Got me cranberry juice tonight. Hopefully it works great. Cranberry juice. Remember I said real cranberry juice, not the cocktail. I think it'll help you. It'll help you. Pat is having some kidney issues. Kidney stones. She called earlier. She was working. All right. I know you got the eye on the future, John. John, did you say that you sent me a message with your WhatsApp or something? I never saw anything from you on any of our stuff, but I have an email address if you ever want to email me, and then we can go from there. On my YouTube channel, David Hartman underscore 72756 at yahoo.com. That's my personal email. You can email me there. But at least she's working, not laying around drinking beer like some of us. I had a red horse earlier. So at least she's working, I mean, could be worse. She could be like me and be a deadbeat. So, yeah, one thing I did with my wife was when I met her, she always worked. She always had a job in the Philippines. It's one thing that, I was impressed by. The other thing, when I met her originally, she had planned, she was in the works of going to Jordan or Dubai or somewhere to work, to be a domestic worker, is what she was doing. And right when we started to talk, as she was starting that process. And so it came a point in time where she was getting ready to either take a job in Jordan or I was going to come to the Philippines. And so we kind of did that whole meeting of the minds where don't go to Jordan, I said. Stay there. I'll pay your bills. I'm coming. I'll be over there. We'll do that. We knew we were going to get married already. Never met before, but we knew it. And so I'll come over Christmas. We'll get that done, have a good time, and I'll come back. We'll finish the K1 visa process, and you'll be here in 6 months. And she was. So, and I just covered her bills while she was, because I told her there's no need for you to work unless you can find something in the Philippines, which is hard. But I told her, I said, look, covering your bills in the Philippines is not a big deal for me. That way you can focus on making sure that you and I both do the paperwork right for the K1 visa. So that's kind of what we did. We worked in partnership with that. We did make a mistake and hired an attorney that turned out to be a waste of time and energy. That was $1,000 I lost. And then we turned around and did a lot of things ourselves. So we hired rapidvisa.com. And they don't pay me, but I swear by rapidvisa.com. Great. They charged us a whole lot less money and did a whole lot more work than a stupid attorney did. So I'm very happy about that. But that's what we did, But Lorelai was working. She had jobs and was going to go overseas. And, And it didn't mean that I couldn't fly to Jordan and meet her, but I didn't want to. Yep, in the Philippines, you pretty much have to do washing clothes, the market, or hospice, or retail. If you're young and pretty and skinny, you can get the jobs in the retail stores, checking people out or at Jollibee. But in the Philippines, even to work at Jollibee, you usually got to have a 4-year degree, which, is not the equivalent to an American 4 degree. I'm not saying that. But in their society, you got to have a 4-year degree to even do that. But once you turn about 30 in the Philippines, once you start getting some age on you, you get phased out of jobs in the Philippines. The women do. Because they want to hire the younger, cheaper, prettier girls to sell you taco or hamburgers, whatever it is. We got friends that are my wife's age who are domesticated workers in Dubai and other places. We also have some that are school teachers in the Philippines, nurses in the Philippines, nurses here. Right on, yeah. So that's the sad thing about the Philippines is the women do get phased out of the job market. There's just not there's too many people and not enough jobs, I guess. And once you are not as cute as some 20-year-old, then you get bumped. The call centers are big in the Philippines. They're growing forever. We were on Mactan Island, and they got a bunch of call centers there. Where we stayed in one of the condos we had after Typhoon Odette, the big call center right there. We'd see them all come out for lunch every day, which is sad. So that's kind of my point is, that's why province life is not as bad as we think it is. It's one thing I tell people all the time. I know that they live below standards that we do, but they're used to it. So a lot of us feel bad about the way the women live in the Philippines or the families live. But understand, this is their culture. This is the way they do it. They will manage. If you don't have the funds to help them, don't feel bad because they will manage, is what I've told. We've figured out long. When I was dating my wife never asked me for $1. I'm the one who volunteered. And I told her, I said, no, why don't we do this? And I actually screwed up one time. But yeah, they do the retail, candy and chips too. Yeah. I screwed up one time because I got busy here in America and forgot to send Lorelai like a monthly stipend. She never brought it up. One day, I don't know, probably 2 weeks after I was supposed to send the money, because I just forgot. Sending $500 to her was no big deal to me. So I was busy working, I don't know what it was, just busy. I totally forgot. And I asked her what she was eating today, and she's like, I got a little bit of a fish, and I got a little bit of this. And I'm like, all right, well, why don't you get some fresh fruit or something? And she's like, well, I don't have any money. And I'm like, well, why don't you have any money? Because I'm thinking, hey, I paid her. And I'm like, well, what happened? She's like, no, you didn't send me any this month. And I'm like, I didn't send you any money this month? Really? I went and looked. Oh, shit, I didn't send you. Oh, hell no. So I sent it immediately. But she never even bothered to, and I felt horrible because she's gone 2 weeks now on hardly any budget to pay her bills, to eat food, and I just didn't do it. All right, John, I'll check in a little bit. My lady is 41 and I am 32. Outstanding. Great for you. They think it's odd for the man to be younger if he's a foreigner. It is, but I actually know some relationships like that and they work out very well. So Stinkbug, don't stress over that. I think it's a good thing. I think you're fishing in your own pond, right? So you're going to have a better chance of being successful with her than you are with a 20-year-old. And the goal is to be successful in your marriage, right? So set yourself up to be successful versus failure. Sent me an email, think about shit, they used to not have an AC or washing machine, but I couldn't do it. Tim is in the house saying, good evening, PAC. Tim, how are you? Tim is in the Philippines. How's the weather today, buddy? They are, and they can handle things that we cannot. And that's what you have to understand is they're used to it. It's normal, but for us, it's oh my God. So a little bit goes a long ways. But I know this much now that my wife's been in America over 10 years, she doesn't want to live it. And we lived in the Philippines one time. It didn't work out for us, so we came back to the United States. She doesn't want to ever live there again. I think and I'm okay with that because I found the Philippines extremely boring. But my wife doesn't want to live there. She thinks her health would deteriorate, and when she does get sick and she gets older, she'll probably die because of so she would rather live here and have a better quality American life. And we're hoping to bring some friends and family over from the Philippines for her. I got a plan. So good evening to us. Hello, Tim. Good to see you, Patrick says. We got some friends that have kids, and we're going to pay for them to go through nursing school if they want to, in hopes that they will come to America and bring their mothers over, which are friends of Lorelai's. So if they want to go to nursing school, I'll pay for it. Lorelai's nieces and nephews, we've offered the same deal. Go to nursing school, we'll pay for it. Come to America and bring your family over. But her sister threw a fit and said, no, nobody's going to pay for education but me. So there you go. Yeah, you just met me. If you knew my story, you'd understand. Well, we'll talk about it, Yeah. We can talk about it and give you all the help and advice you need if you need my advice. Not everybody needs my advice. Oh, see, everybody talks about Tampo. And did you guys all say hi to Tim, by the way? I love Tampo. I love it. I think it's a gift from the gods. And what you need to learn is you got to take advantage of that. Now, I know it's stressful for you guys who are not married and you're in an LDR. I know that because, oh, what's going on in the Philippines? And I don't know what she's doing and with the craziness that's happening. But when you get married, it's a blessing. If she can shut up and leave you alone for a day or two, oh my God. Oh my God. You know. But I do understand it's stressful because there was a point in time where a typhoon landed in the Philippines and Lorelai and I didn't have contact for about 4 to 5 days. And it was due to the weather. And so I was stressed out over that, and she was too. Sure, we're around our 50s. Lorelai's younger than I am. She's younger than I am. I have a philosophy about a 20 age, and we're within the 20 year gap. I think most couples are successful when their age is under 20 to 20 and under years of each other. Doesn't matter who's the older. So we are there. My wife just turned 40 this year. So, and I'm not I'm not old. So yeah, my wife just turned 40. Is what she just did. We had a big party for it, did a big live stream. So Timothy's in the house. Apparently, I've loved it too much. Well, at least you loved it and didn't hate it. You know what I mean? But now, for you guys that are single and all of that, you got to play the game a little different. It's fishing, right? You know what you want to be at the end goal. You know your end goal. And your goal is to get there. So I'm married. I have no end goal. So when my wife wants to do Tampa, hell, I'm like celebration time. But you guys need to keep them hooked, so to speak. Keep them hooked, so to speak. But it's all right. You're doing great, man. You just keep doing you. Same thing with John, who's in here. You guys just keep doing what you're doing and let nature take its course. I just tell people all the time, don't get hung up. Don't don't keep looking for that bigger red snapper, the better red snapper. If you find one, just hook them and go all the way with it. No, I'm 21. You know, I'm 21. You know, do I not look 21? So no. I am definitely, I am retired, but I'm retired due to heart failure. I'm not old enough to be retired. That'll help you. But just understand that. I'm really big on this with guys and girls is if you get one, you know, you bring her into shore and you go, you know, this is a good fish. Take it, keep it. Don't throw it back and look for a better one. Singbug says, I hope everybody had a good night. Thank you. Good to meet y'all. Stay in touch. Appreciate you. And we know a lot about your area. You know a lot about ours. Pat says, I'm retired. Enjoy it. Tim says, I am 65 in a relationship with a 42-year-old lady. See? Those are good numbers. Because once you're over 40, it really doesn't matter, right? What matters is when you're like in your 20s, you know, or your teens. You know, an 18-year-old shouldn't date a 65-year-old. Good to see you, Stink Bug. Thank you for coming in. Yes. So, Tim, how are you doing today? How's your air quality? It got warm here today. My wife's going to take me to dinner tomorrow night, Tim. She says she's going to pay for it. Where should I make her take me? Any suggestions? See, I'm a good guy. I'll probably just go somewhere I know she likes. That's cheap, but she's going to pay for it. I have been craving really good pizza lately. Summer Panay is back in the house saying, hello, mate. Hi, Stink Bug. Hello, Patrick. Summer, how are things going in Australia for you? How's the family? How's the channel going? Do you have a lot of single Filipino friends? Inquiring minds would want to know on this channel anyway. We appreciate you coming in. We appreciate your channel. Still need your watch hours? Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you know about ninja accounts or fake accounts where you can just, you know, log out of YouTube totally and then just like go to a smart device and turn YouTube on as a guest. And then you can watch your stuff as a guest, like on a smart TV or an iPad or something. That can help you get watch hours. Oh yeah, got some single friends here. Woohoo! Help you out with watch hours. We'll try to do our best with that. But that's one of the easiest thing to do is log out of YouTube and go back into YouTube as a guest and watch everything once. You know, let all your live stream run or whatever it is. So that's the simplest thing to do. Pat says, I'm single. I'm single. Summer, I'm single. I'm single, Pat. Pat says. Ah, there you go. Tim says, don't go to the regular place. Go to Bug King and get the child's meal. Well, we really don't have a regular place. That's my point. I don't know what we're doing. Ah, you're single. Yeah, Pat's single. He is. Pat's single and looking. I'll try that, mate. How are you, Tim? I'm single, Summer. Dogs, Mom, great channel. How are you? Hello, good morning. You guys all check out Dog Mom on the move for me, please. How are you doing this evening? My evening, your morning, I guess. Summer says, hello, John. Good to see you. John's single, but he's got a girlfriend, so he's really not single. Just single, but he's got a girlfriend, so he's really not single. I'm married, so I'm not single. But Pat's single, and he's looking, and he's very interested. He'd be happy to meet and talk to anybody. Summer says hello to you, dog mom. Good to see you. Tim says hello, Summer. Hi, Summer from Dog Mom. So you guys check their channel out and be friends with each other. It's always a good thing to do. The only way to grow is to get to know one another. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share on my channel, and hit that thumbs up if all possible. Uh-oh, I think I broke my iPad. Like number 10 in the house. Thank you for that. Summer's asking, how are you doing, Dog Mom? Dog Mom, I saw that you like some of my doggy videos. My wiener dog. You want to see my wiener dog? Let's see. Let's see if we can find the wiener dog in the picture. Lily. Lily. Here's Lily the wiener dog. All right, come here. Now I got a rubber nose. You're too far away. Oh, that's a good girl. Lily's a good dog. I know, you're a good dog. Where are you from, Pat? Dog Mom says she is good. Ding is back in the house. Loves my doggy. Thank you. We appreciate that. I'm from Columbus, Indiana, US of A, Summer. He lives in the United States. Tim is, I'll just say, Tim lives in the Philippines. Dog Mom, hello, Lily. She's adorable. She is. We lost our other one about a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit more. And so we're still kind of recuperating over losing my Daisy. Pat lives in the United States. Summer, okay, all right. And Pat's interested, Summer. You can hook them up. You guys can chit-chat with each other. If you need me to message back and forth for you, you can find us on Facebook, or my email address is there. I'll put you in contact. Tim said he moved here to the Philippines 14 years ago from the great state of Texas. Yeah. So Summer is living down under. Thank you, Summer. Be interested in meeting somebody. Pat has Facebook. He does. Summer says, it's all good, Patrick. Pat's a good guy. I give him my seal of approval. Summer. Dog Mom, what have you been up to lately? I'm going to turn you blue. Sorry, hang on. I'll turn Dog Mom blue so she can drop her link. All right, Dog Mom, you can drop your link to your channel if you want. If you're blue on my channel, it means you don't got to ask permission to drop your link. You can just do it. The only thing I ask is, if you are blue, if somebody acts up, don't delete them without approving it from me first. So I want to be the one that says we need to put somebody in timeout. Summer says, sure, Pat, I'll find you a good one. Woohoo! Pat says, find me somebody who's willing to come to America and live in America, Summer. Pat needs somebody who's close to his age, who's a good person, who's willing to come to America. Shit. Summer says, Patrick, and Pat will go watch your stuff. He'll run some of your stuff for you, Summer. He would. We got love in the air. We got love, love, love in the air. Love, love, love in the air. Well, whoops, I keep messing things up. Well, I know, but sometimes bad ones sneak in there. Summer, sometimes you get a bad one that sneaks in there. Pat says, I will support your channel. Thank you so much, guys. And remember, log out to YouTube, go back in as a guest on one of your smart devices, and just let your videos run. It's one of the best things you can do. Watch hours are important, and just do it like that. Do live stream. I don't know, Summer, how many live streams you're doing. Dog Bob needs to do some live streams. You guys all do live streams. I'm going to do, just for your, on Monday night, this time, before this time, about 7 o'clock, I'm going to do a StreamYard live stream so you guys can come up in the panel on Monday. Tonight's Friday night for me. So Monday night at 7 p.m., so an hour earlier than this, I'm going to do a StreamYard live so Pat and everybody else can come up in the panel and you girls can come up and shout out your channels and your brand. And then we do a lot of things in the mornings that you guys all know. Oh, absolutely. We're happy to help, happy with the advice. So if you have other questions about YouTube, let me know. I do my morning live streams where I'm trying to teach us all how to grow our social media by using good business techniques that have been used in the past to make billions of dollars by other rich people. All right, Summer, we appreciate you. Thank you as always for giving us a shout out and a thumbs up. Thank you for that. We will see you soon, definitely. Who else is single? John's got a girlfriend. I think Keith is single. Keith, is Keith still here? Is he single? Tim, do you got any big plans for your day in the Philippines today? You can tell Summer's been in Australia for quite a while. She even talks like an Australian. We got some good subscribers and followers from Australia, so we appreciate them. Oh, no shit. Your regular bank just got robbed last night. Holy crap. You know, that doesn't happen a lot in the Philippines, bank robbery, does it? I don't know how much it happens in America. I really don't. But I never really remember ever hearing about bank robbery in the Philippines. Store robbery, smash and grab a little bit, some store stuff, but I've never heard of a bank being robbed. Wow. I mean, I don't know how you would rob a bank in the Philippines. You got to wait 2 hours to get in line to get to the checker, to get to the cashier. Right? You know. How do you rob a bank in the Philippines? You know, we would wait in line an hour and 20 minutes to even talk to anybody. And that's interesting, Tim. Well, hopefully they caught the person. They won't pass on the loss to you guys. I know you guys have FDIC sort of thing in the Philippines, but your accounts are only guaranteed up to 10 grand. So, but hopefully they won't do anything like that. During the night, so somebody broke in during the nighttime. I was thinking they did like a daylight robbery, you know, where you go up to the cashier chick, the girl, and say, "This is a bank robbery. Give me all of your money," you know. But I guess breaking in an entry would probably be a different thing. Yeah. I was just thinking the other way around, you know, the old-fashioned American way. "This is a stick-up. Give me all of your money." Because in the Philippines, you'd have to wait an hour in line to get up there. Which is not a bad thing. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. I feel like I get robbed at the first of the month every month, man. You know, mortgage payment comes out, all the bills come out. I feel like my checks land in the bank and they go right out of the bank. So I feel like I get robbed every month, man. That's interesting. But it's big news in the Philippines. That is. I know we're supposed to go do a thing next weekend that's kind of like a outdoor festival of a bunch of food trucks and vendors at the Harley Davidson shop, but it's all Filipino based. So I don't know how that's going to go, but we're going to go to that next weekend, I think. So the Harley Davidson shop is sponsoring, and which is something they do a lot. They got a big parking lot, so they do events where people come and put food trucks and different things like that out in their parking lot. So we're going to do that next weekend, I think, is what we're going to do. This weekend, we don't got too many plans. We got to go to Sam's. We got to go and have my wife take me to dinner. We got to meet up with our friends with the baby. So we got to talk to them a little bit. But other than that, we don't have anything exciting going on this weekend. You know, my wife, which I'm really excited because my wife is doing something. I'm very proud of her. And I hope it keeps her tired and not wanting to go and travel, you know, and run around all the time. She's taking online classes again. And I'm hoping it keeps her so busy and tired that she's like, oh, no, I don't want to go anywhere. I just need a rest because I stayed up all night studying. I'm like, yes. You know, instead of going, hey, we should go to Tulsa for the day and hang out. I'm like, oh, shit. And that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping she will do that. But this weekend, she's going to take me out to dinner. You know. I'll figure out one of the Asian restaurants and take her to that. I was just thinking about this. I would like to have some really good pizza. You know, I've been craving like a really good pizza. Not around here, Domino's is probably the best versus like Pizza Hut and Little Caesars. But I'd really like to have some really good pizza. But we do have some local mom and pop pizza places. So I might have to Google who has the best pizza in my area. Maybe I'll make her take me to go eat pizza. Or we can go eat sushi. But sushi is expensive in this part of the world. Lorelai and I go to the one place that we really like, and hell, we can spend $50 on sushi just for the two of us. That's a lot of money. So I'll have to figure it out. I'd be happy with Burger King, I guess. We always split the #1 combo at Burger King. I do want to go see the new George Washington movie, but I don't know if we're going to go to the movies or not. I would like to have a really good hot dog. I mean, maybe we'll go to Sam's and have a maybe we'll go to Sam's and have a hot dog, because I like hot dogs. But every time we go to Sam's, we got to go to Sam's and buy groceries. But I was going to say, every time we go to Sam's just to get a hot dog or a pizza, we spend a shitload of money that we didn't plan on. But I do need to go to Sam's to get some more juice and some other chicken and fish that we buy, some other ingredients. So maybe we could pick up a hot dog, and I'd be happy with that. Hot dog's like $1.50 or $1.25. So maybe that's it. Maybe I'll make her take me to Sam's hot dog. I don't mind their pizza, but I'm not a big fan of Sam's pizza, but I don't mind it. But I do like their hot dogs. Papa John's is good. Yeah, Papa John's is good pizza. I don't like their ham. I don't like their ham for some reason. But the rest of their pizza's good. I wish we had a Long John Silver's around here, but we don't. I know it's horrible because it's so sugary and so oily, but they have really good fried fish. I love Long John Silver, but we don't have one around us. but I like it. I like theirs. We buy something like Long John Silver's fish, but it's cod at Sam's Club in a big bag. But it's kind of like Long John Silver's fish. But I'm not a big fan of Sam's pizza. I mean, it's okay, I'll eat it, but it doesn't excite me. There is a place, down the road from us that has a wood-fired pizza place, and we've been there before, and their pizza was good, expensive, but good. But we'll see. I just got to figure it out. Maybe we'll go eat sushi, or we got a Thai restaurant that we like really well. Lorelai likes. We got a Japanese place that we've gone to a lot, but Patrick likes it, Tim. Yes. I like theirs. I like their sauce really well. We don't have a Papa John's anywhere near us. I don't think we have one near us at all. Where we're at, we have one probably 8 or 9 miles away. I like their sauce. I will say that. I like Papa John's sauce. But how they dice up their ham or something, I'm not a big fan of their pork ham. But you can always just say, hey, give me that pizza without pork. My mosquitoes are starting to come out and get me early. So I don't know what we're going to have. I'd like to have some Korean fried chicken, but we don't have any good Korean fried chicken around us. We just don't have it. We have one restaurant that specializes in it, but it's way too sweet, and I don't like it. And we don't have a Jollibee or any of those around us at all. So we got a lot of seafood restaurants, but Patrick says there used to be a Hungry Howie's Pizza we had in Columbus, Anna. It went out of business. Do you know that one? No, I don't know that one. I know that one. No. Have you ever heard of a place called Pizza Hut? Not Pizza. Not Pizza Hut. Man, I had it right on the tip of my brain. Not. This is an older one back in the 80s and the 90s. Not Pizza Hut. It'd come to me. Oh man, I lost that one. I actually had a pizza made by Papa John's father. Really? That's cool. Oh man, that name of that pizza place. It's almost there. Oh my God. Oh, damn. Godfather's Pizza was really good. We don't have those anymore. I'm going to have to Google now because it's driving me crazy. Pizza something. What was that? Old pizza. Pizza restaurants. Let's see if we can find. I see Hungry Howie's on here. Hunt's Brothers is not bad. Jets, Little Caesars, Marco's, Mellow Mushroom. Mellow Mushroom's pretty good. Mazio's. There's a Pat's Pizza in Maine. Pizza Inn. Pizza Inn. Did you guys ever have Pizza Inn pizza? We have a Godfather's Pizza up in Branson, Missouri, 2 hours, up there. We don't have one here. Maybe we could go there and eat Godfather's Pizza. Domino's. Yeah, Pizza Inn was the place I was thinking of. In the South, we had Pizza Inns. They were like Pizza Huts, but their pizza was better than Pizza Hut. Pizza Inn. I remember that. Yeah, they're out of business now. They've been out of business probably 15 or 20 years. But around here, they were popular. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. I don't want my wife to spend too much of her bonus money on me. So I have to keep it cheap. I'd rather her take her bonus money and spend it on bills, you know, versus buying me food. But around here, we don't, if you go up in Bentonville, the home of Walmart, they got a bunch of joints now that are these, what do you call it, like these fancy places, very trendy, very artsy restaurants all over the place up there. But I don't like going up there, so I don't like going up there. Maybe we'll just go have some sushi tomorrow. What do you think? She always likes the bonito box on sushi. Starting to get nice out here. Got bugs coming in, but it's starting to cool off outside nicely. I would like to have a nice salad, but Herman Cain was the president of Godfather's Pizza. Ah, really? I wonder if Godfather's Pizza is still good like it was back in the 80s. I met the real founder of Jollibee in the Philippines, United States. McDonald's wanted to buy them out. The founder told me in the Philippines, McDonald's shove it up their ass. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of McDonald's in the Philippines now. There's a lot of Jollibees in America. The Filipino guy founder. I got you. A lot of McDonald's in the Philippines. And they serve chicken and rice. So they basically do the Jollibee model. But Jollibee in the Philippines is a cultural staple, so it's never going to be surpassed. But I would like to have a Chow King around us. Yeah. But the nearest Chow King is 9 hours. The nearest Jollibee is 5 hours. So those are off the table tomorrow. We're not going to those. Dog Mom on the Move says, hello, Timothy. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. You guys subscribe to each other. Pat says he likes Chow King too. I really wish we had we don't have any good Mexican, but I don't know. I don't know. I really like tacos, but I don't know. I have a problem with the way people make stuff. Tim, you haven't been to Chow King in years? Really? And you lived there? Wow. I like Chow King. It was probably my favorite. I think Chow King is the one that has the empanadas that I like so much. Tim says, hello, Patrick. I think Chow King is the one that has I could get like a box of empanadas, and I like those. I like their empanadas. You definitely don't want to eat Taco Bell in America. Man, that food is not even human anymore. Well, it's not even edible. Let's not say it's not human. It may be human, but Taco Bell is really nasty. I saw a thing where they're having a problem. Taco Bell is not only with their nasty ass food, But they're having a real problem with people coming into Taco Bell's late at night causing trouble. Fights, alcohol, drunking, partying, drugs. So Taco Bell right now is getting some heat for being a place that attracts lowlives. Tim says, "Hello, Dog Mom. Good to see you tonight." I like Taco Bell, but knowing how they make it or what it's made of is I won't touch it. And their sour cream is gross, but I like Taco Bell. I dig it, but I just it's not worth taking the risk. We used to have a Taco Bueno around here. I don't know if you guys ever heard of those. That was pretty good food. Dog Mom, hi Tim. I have subscribed to your channel. Please support me too. That's right. Go back and forth. Dog Mom, as you saw, I turned you blue, so you can always drop your link anytime without asking. And just remember to like, subscribe, and share to everybody. Thumbs up to us, of course, because we are the original PAC. We are the original Philippine American couple. I like how many different variations of Philippine American couple there are on YouTube now. There's a lot of couples now that are some variation of Philippine American and couple. So I guess that's flattery to me. That's how I look at it. Not saying I invented the concept, but Dog Mom says she likes your channel. Woohoo! Dog Mom, do you like my channel? Oh man, you're gonna hurt my feelings. Taco Bell is being blamed on the diarrhea problem in the States. Is it being blamed for it? I know they're talking about the vegetables. So is it coming? I haven't studied that too much because I really didn't want to study the diarrhea epidemic in the north. I know it's coming from cucumbers or lettuce or something or somewhere. But it could be Taco Bell. I mean, Taco Bell should be blamed for it nationwide. So, Dog Mom on the move. Dropping her link. Thank you. You're welcome to do that. So, who's your favorite YouTuber, Dog Mom? And it's okay if it's not me. Just tell me, what channel do you like the best of all the YouTube world? It's a great question. Is it the lettuce that's used by Taco Bell? All right. I just didn't want to study it too much. You know what I mean? But I don't doubt it. Taco Bell's disgusting. But they're starting to get a lot of heat for the fights. The drunken rowdiness inside their restaurant. So much so that there was a report the other day that Taco Bell is looking to shut down their dining rooms. Which is becoming a trend in America anyway. Fast food restaurant dining rooms are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And eventually they're not going to have dining rooms. They're going to be drive-through only. That's something that I saw about Arby's. Arby's in our area, they hardly ever have anybody in their dining room, but they do a lot of drive-through pickup business. Oh, that's a politician's way out. Dog Mom, that's your politician way out. You should be a politic. You should be a politician. But you really like the question? Good. I like to ask questions. And to be honest, I don't have an answer for that myself. If somebody asked me who my favorite channel is, I couldn't give you an exact answer either. So don't feel too bad because I couldn't give it either. I know what type of channels I like. I know what type of channels I watch. I know I support a lot of channels that I necessarily don't follow a whole lot just because I don't like their content, but they're good people, so I follow them and support them. But I won't sit and watch their channel. But there are other channels that I follow and watch their stuff all the way through. But I say this question in hopes of people trying to promote my channel. So I hope people like my channel well enough, that if they go visit another channel, after they get done plugging themselves, they might give my channel a shout out. So. All right, my friends, it's almost 9 o'clock here. The mosquitoes are coming in thick. So I'm going to wind this live stream down and get out of the mosquito land, go inside, and get ready for my weekend, whatever my weekend is going to foretell. So Patrick, we appreciate you. Dog Mom, we appreciate you. Tim, we appreciate you. Everybody else that's been in and out tonight, we appreciate you. Yes, we'll do more live. Remember, we're going to do one Monday morning. We'll do one Monday about 10-ish morning, and we're going to do a StreamYard Monday night at 7, Pat. So we'll do all of that. But Tim, we appreciate you, buddy. Stay safe in the Philippines, and we'll talk to you guys all soon. Ooh, mosquito got me. Getting killed by mosquitoes.